Hey everyone, it's Nick from the Phoenix Press, and today I wanted to talk about kind of an extension of last video's topic. So I was watching a Purge video. Shout out to Comics by Purge, he's awesome. I'm kind of basically his reply guy at this point. And he was speaking about Valiant Comics kind of going down the crapper, and just kind of like the larger industry of Western comics going bust. And I kind of wanted to go into expand on that. And there's really three major culprits, really, that I'm kind of focused on today's video. One is Oni Press, which, in case you don't know, is really the people who publish Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, and that's really all they're known for, at least in my opinion. Valiant Comics, which I mentioned before, and of course the people of the hour, DC Comics. You see, there's kind of a tale of two kind of competing narratives. On one hand, you have the get woke, go broke, comics are dying crowd, rise of the indies. And then you have the comics are doing better than ever. And while I lean more towards the former, the latter is just, it's completely inaccurate, honestly. Really, the thing that's propping up comics in general is manga, which I'll get on that topic here in a second, but really it's manga is doing well. The main comic book people are really imploding, and honestly a lot of Western media is imploding. I'll touch on that topic later. I'm kind of just laying the foundation, really. So let's just kind of start with manga. Why is manga doing so well while Western comics are imploding? To me, it's simple, really. It's the same reason why indies are doing so well. Shout out to all my fellow indie comic creators. You guys rock. You guys are on the right path. It's a simple fact that indies and manga are just creating comics that people want to read. They're creating stories that people are interested in, that people want to engage with. Western comics, they at least seem to be more interested in telling a message, delivering a political statement, or just plain out political stunts. I'm sorry. Sorry, I kind of had something in there. Oh, bad comics, I guess. They seem more interested in all that stuff. Profits be danged. It's honestly just really crazy. And And like all good markets, when you're not being satisfied with one thing, a cottage industry will spring up to meet the demand. And that's kind of where indie comics have slotted in. There are millions upon millions of people who do not feel serviced by Western comics. And there are millions upon millions of other people, or maybe even the same people, who are more than happy to meet the demand by making really great independent comic books. Obviously, I myself have reached a charge between Samurai and soon to be Screecher. You got stuff like, Aardvark. He's doing his stuff, and I could name a bunch of lists of people, but I'm kind of drawing a blank here, so that's my bad. It's what you get for recording off the cuff, I guess. Well, the thing to kind of realize is we're in a bit of a transitionary era. The 2010s were the rise of, a certain flavor of political comics, certain flavor of political media. You had your Voxes, BuzzFeeds, and all that stuff. And a lot of them were propped up by venture capital, by, whatever. You had your rise of no-profit companies. And we're kind of starting to see that, decline. A lot of that is because we're in a recession. I don't care what the White House says a recession is. We had 2 bad quarters. We're in a recession. Frickin' deal with it. Well, I should imagine most of the people listening to this are dealing with it. I hope you guys are doing good. Stay strong. The thing is, when times are good, we can afford to be indulgent into all this stuff. But when times are bad, we gotta tighten our belts. We're not even it's not even the calm before the storm anymore. We're like right on the periphery of the storm, and things, they could get better, they could get worse, but the pessimist in me, well, I'm usually an optimist, but I don't know. It could go either way, basically. So, just be safe. If you're into indie comics, you're already on the right path, so I think, yeah. And just like with comics, kind of going on to a different point, they kind of reached their cultural zenith with Endgame. You know, like it was the most profitable movie ever, you know, all that stuff. But look what Marvel's doing. Most people honestly just don't care. You got the people who are like die-hard Marvel people who are watching it, which is cool. You know, they got their audience. But like the general populace has kind of honestly largely moved on. And I mean, it doesn't help that Disney's diluting their brand by doing the Disney Plus shows and interconnecting everything. They're really doing the exact same problem that the comics have been for 30, 40, 50 years. You know? Just like, gotta watch this in order to understand that. And it's just like, people just don't want to. You know? You can't really ask them to. You know? So, anyway, what are your guys' thoughts on all this? Like, am I barking up the wrong tree? Am I on the right path? You got their own stuff to add. You want to curse me out? You know, cash it all out in the comics. In the comments. Okay. So, Turn Samurai should be shipping soon. I got the colorist working on the last card, so I should be going to print with that probably sometime next week, and it's probably shipping out here in a few weeks. And this creature's doing really good. Can't wait to show you all. As far as my next live stream, I'll be streaming on Wednesday. You can catch me with a new novelist as well as the Friday Night Frenzy. I skipped it for today. I guess this is the replacement. So, as always, this is Nick from the Phoenix Press, and remember, I can only show you the door. You're the one who has to walk through it. Thanks.